Hi, this is Kendra from Pencil and Pigment, and today is my Plan With Me video. It is week 10. We are moving right along, right? It's week 10? Oh my gosh. How crazy is this going? Okay, so let's pull up all the things we've been doing here. We'll go back in time. Yesterday was the 9th. I did bookbinding books. Trying to figure out how to stick to a low buy. Year after year, some of the challenges change a little bit, and so I have to make sure that I'm keeping up with that for all my needs. Every year is a little different. So it's 2 portraits all the way across. I need to move to 3. I just don't have the time, so I need to figure out how to make time from time. I'm not sure how to do that yet. But if I'm going to get this done in March, I have to start doing 3 a day. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, so, and then this was week 9 video. Okay. Ta-da! All right. Let's move on to the next planner. Alrighty-ighty. And I might zoom in on this a bit, but we'll see. Okay. So here was last week's, and we're gonna move this. All right, so again, I'm toggling them. I'm not lining them up. I mean, I could. It's a way to go, but I don't know, I think it looks more interesting when they're diagonal. So I did 14 portraits. And I need to make a note. Start drawing 3 portraits a day. So I'm gonna have to find time to squeak in another one, and I'm not sure how I'm gonna do that yet. I might have to do it in the morning or something. Oh, okay. Week 9 video. And then I did the bookbinding books. Bookbinding books video. Okay. So that's what the week looked like. Now, this was the maple syrup, the Ferris wheel press ink. So I said I would do the second ink that I own. I only own 2 of theirs. And this is like the ribbiting pond. It is a turquoise. Can you see how all the shimmers sink to the bottom? And if I shake it, they're no longer on the bottom. So they really settle. They settle really, really fast. They're very heavy. This one I think has 2 different shimmers. It has like a pink in there. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Okay, we're zoomed in. So now we can see a little bit better. You can see how quickly shimmers sink to the bottom. So if you want an even application of ink that has shimmer with this particular formula, and this is the Ferris wheel press, you have to constantly agitate it and shake it. And you can see how this one dried. There is shimmers. I'm not sure if you can see those. Such a unique, like light brown color. It's really pretty. Okay, we're gonna pair it with turquoise. And again, I am just using a paintbrush. This is the Winsor Newton Cotman 00. All the supplies I'm using will be linked in the description box below. That way, if you want to try your luck at some of this stuff, or just curious as what I'm using or what I'm talking about, there's so many different like ink companies, and I don't know. Oh man, I just don't know a lot about them. I'm fairly new to inks, and again, the shimmers, you don't want to put them in a fountain pen because they'll gum them up. So I have a glass dip pen, but I can get more control, and I can do thick lines and thin lines with a paintbrush. So I am just leaning towards a paintbrush for this. where the glass dip pen is just all really fine lines, and that's totally fine when I'm in the mood for that. But we're doing it this way today. So, and this is going to be an eye. Okay. And we need a nose at some point. Anyway, how was your weekend? How is your March going? Are you doing one of the drawing challenges like March of the Robots? That's a pretty popular one. Are you working on a project, finishing something up? I know March is a unique month in that people who have set like New Year's challenge, New Year's goals, resolutions, things like that. March is sort of the month where things start to slip and drop off. And if you're one of those people that just have a heck of a time with March, maybe set your goals and your resolutions in March. And that way, by the time like June rolls around, you're feeling pretty strong about it, you know? It flips the script if you start on a different month. Sometimes I start, sometimes I start my goals and things for the year. I start them in December. That way when January rolls around, I've already sort of in the groove of creating that habit. And it doesn't feel as overwhelming with all the other things going on with the new year. I mean, to some folks, January 1st is it's arbitrary. So whenever you feel like your year starts, or when you feel like doing a little goal, maybe you do mini goals, like a new goal every month or quarterly, or, 3 times a year you reset your goals. That's kind of a cool way to do stuff. I'm going to lose all the hair with how I've done this. But that's okay. We'll kind of loosely go around the date on top. Sorry about my throat there. It's getting really scratchy, and I think it's just allergies because it's been really beautiful and I keep waiting. The rains are coming again, so I've been trying to get as much sunshine, and stuff is blooming and the pollens and all the stuff. But oh man alive. My throat has noticed. Okay, let's do an ear. Let's see, this is not, we need to come in a little bit, I think. Right around here, and then we'll do cheekbones. That go into sort of the chin shadow. Does that make sense? I know what I'm doing in my mind, but then I go to execute it sometimes and it's a little wonky because you're seeing bits and pieces of it. Like I can't give you the top portion because of how I clipped it. That's okay. We'll do some stipple dots. Again, this is coated paper, so it does well with wet media. I wouldn't recommend this on like regular, just your average drawing paper, especially with how thick I'm applying this stuff, Some paper can handle it, some can't. And again, I haven't shaken this in a while, so all the pretty pigments and stuff have dropped to the bottom. So if I look, watch, see all the pigment, all the shimmers on the bottom already. And that's probably, I would say, one of the downsides to this product is you constantly, if you want the shimmer, if that's what you bought the ink for, I just really love this color. I had this similar color in a drawing ink from Winsor Newton. If that's what you bought this for, then you'll have to constantly agitate it and move it around and do other layers and stuff. Maybe doing a pipette into a watercolor well on a palette is a better idea. I'm not sure. I'm not sure the best way to do this. Yeah, like I said, I'm still figuring out inks and different things. I'm going to do some bird silhouettes because I'm just in the mood and I have the space for it. Okay. No, go right up to the line here. Yeah, I really love turquoise. Such a bright, cheery, for blue being a cool color, and cool colors recede, warm colors come to the front. I find that bright versions of what people consider cool colors to be my favorite. So think really bright greens, really bright purples, really bright blues. I love those. Those are my favorite. So I want to do a little bit of thing here, maybe a little dot for the nose. All right. Here's a portrait, here's some birds. It's just a relaxing Monday. All right, those are the notes I have so far. I hope your week is absolutely wonderful, and I will talk to you again later. Bye.